I'm live, and it's Friday night, so you know what that means. Except you don't, possibly, because we're not doing FNR tonight. That's why I'm live so early. So early. It's my normal starting time, but earlier than I would normally start for FNR. But yeah, no, we're taking a week off. So no FNR tonight, and thus I'm live early to play more Satisfactory, because of course I am. Shouldn't really be that surprising to you. Gonna continue working on factories, maybe even start a new factory. And my chair is gonna squeak, though I'm not sure that actually got picked up if I talk while yeah. Then it gets picked up. So yeah, I guess before we get into Satisfactory though, I should mention in the title, I am going to be doing another tipathon. I haven't done one since last year, and I don't really plan on making them a regular occurrence, but why not, right? So, this is only really helpful if you're watching live or within a couple of days after the fact. There you go. It's basically just a subathon, but it's more focused on tips than subs. That's because look, I get a better split off of tips than I do subs. Bits are actually 100%. 100 bits is $1. So that's nice, except it's still gated behind Twitch's monthly payout scheme and the $50 minimum balance. So tips are, in general, better for me than anything else. Yeah, it's essentially just a subathon. It's not going to be a single segment, though, because I'm not doing that to myself. And I know some people might be disappointed by that, but look, I'm trying to look out for myself while doing this. I'm not going to stream for up to 48 hours and then restart the stream and then continue streaming for up to 48 hours. Twitch has a limit on how long you can actually stream for in one stint. Not like physically, you can technically sit there as long as possible, though, if you're there for too long without getting the proper, like, taking care of yourself, I guess is how I should say that. Yeah, then there might be some concerns. But yeah, I'm not doing continuous because at some point on the first night, I'm just going to go to bed. I ain't staying up. So, I'm going to do daily or near daily streams. Just like last year, multiplayer streams, which is FNR at this point, are not going to count towards the tipathon time, but anything that comes in during that time, if the tipathon is still active by the end of the week, will count towards the timer, but the timer won't be counting down. Likewise, I will also, likewise with last year, I, I think it actually did happen. Either way, this year, I'm not streaming on Sunday. I don't want to stream on Sunday. There's an F1 race on Sunday. Besides, let me have a day off, right? So, no Sunday stream. Beyond that, I've yet to work out the exact details. They'll be posted sometime over the weekend in my Discord server, and of course, I'll have them ready for the start of the stream, which the start of the tipathon and first stream, which will be the next stream. I don't believe I've disabled that, but I'm gonna not stream tomorrow night just to give myself a little bit more time to set up and such. So let's see, Saturday. Skip next stream. There we go. So if I was to run this, yeah, there you go. The next stream is accurate. Yay, it worked. Anyway. Yeah, that's that. Save your resub notices, bits, tips. I doubt those last two are likely at this point, but resub notices, certainly, you can wait a couple extra days on those, right? Allie's sub, I know for a fact. Actually, I don't know for a fact. For all I know, he canceled it. But assuming he hasn't canceled it, that will have just renewed in the last day or two, I think. Either yesterday or today. So he should save that for next week, is my point. Along with anybody else that has notices, because I'm not going to add it after the fact. Why would I add it after the fact? Like, if you send a notice early, at this point, you know. That's on you. Don't make extra work for me, is basically what I'm saying. But anyway, let's switch over to Satisfactory, shall we? Is the game going to launch? I should. I don't see why it wouldn't. I think that was a one-night issue. Whatever that issue was that prevented me from being able to play on Monday night. But I got a bit of extra time in on Pokemon, so that's good. Been slowly but surely chipping away at that. I just, earlier today, got the final satchel I need, and now have a metal coat in my player's inventory. I haven't evolved a Caesar yet, but I'm able to, so I can get working on Caesar. I also figured out Cascoon's research, and Cherrim is being a pain in the ass as usual. I've gotten like 5 or 6 Cherubies though since the last Cherrim, and mostly no shaking trees. Yep. Still haven't seen another Pikachu or Pichu outbreak, so that's great. Anyway, I don't know. What changed? I tore stuff down around here. Was that like this on Wednesday? Probably not. Reclaimed some summer sloops. Well, that's nice. Nothing else out there. Well, there has been some changes. I'm not actually going to, like, go and show this, but I did some work on the motor factory over there because apparently it wasn't running at 100% efficiency. Nor was that factory, but that doesn't matter. The motor factory, some of the routing was a bit off and such because vanilla belt splitting and I didn't have Mark IV belts at that point. So yeah, that was a bit of a mess, but it's fixed now. It's producing. I missed. Was this new since Wednesday? I don't remember. I set up a little line here. I've got a bunch more teleporters set up. Again, these are cheap teleporters because screw the regular cost of them. And, yeah. You know, you can snap signs onto the front of them. Unfortunately, there isn't a sign that fills this entire space. Kind of really annoying, honestly. Let's go through this factory, because some things have changed. First and foremost, I want to set up a sign here. Sign, I said. Yeah, I guess that's fine. There we go. I want to do that so I can do that. But this here, ignore the steel beams and pipes, but that is everything I have left. And then 660, I'm pretty sure that should be 664, but 665 power shards. Because, oh boy. Oh boy, is this grown. Before, I think that, like, this was the last row, and it only went to, like, over here somewhere. Yeah. There's a couple of generators back over there that aren't connected to anything, and thus they're off. That is expected, so don't worry about those. But, yeah, I have, I finished work on the rocket fuel factory, and I've switched over to rocket fuel. However, obviously, as I pointed out there, I still have materials for more generators. I haven't placed all the generators. This is about a third of what I need to place. And you can actually see the stack of pipes there for the extra 4 pipes that are not hooked up currently, which are coming in from over here, and then 2 pipes routed from over here. It's yeah, it's not the best, but 4 stories of that. This is the nitrogen train, which seems to be working really nicely. These are more or less staying filled up. I can't interact with those now, so these are going to rapidly drain, but it seems to be keeping up, which is good. That's why I ended up with 4 of these. I need 1,800 nitrogen per minute. Cubic meters of nitrogen, that is. And so this effectively gives me, well, 2,400 a minute transfer, but I've got 2,400 cubic meters times 4 stored up, plus whatever is in here, which this is completely emptying, so this, and yeah, you can see it's transferring at around 430 a minute, which is actually technically short of what I need. There's also a train that's already back. Fun fact, if you have this open, it doesn't kick you out of it. It just doesn't update. So yeah, I don't know. It seems to be keeping up. Hopefully it actually does. Also, I did something tricky here. You can see I have a bit of a siding because I was worried. I have 3 of these trains running currently, all the way up to the north here. I was worried about clogging up this line and blocking the ore trains for the computer factory. That's the other side over there. So I made a siding for them to park in. Sidings don't work in Satisfactory, but if you make the only way into the station off of that siding, then it works. Yeah, that was a fun little thing with all that. And the end result, I'm good with power for a little while. I was previously at 69,000 megawatts, there or thereabouts. It was usually staying at a 69 point whatever. Well, 69 point whatever gigawatts, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm now up to 131,000, and the current consumption and max consumption are under the power boost amount, so I'm good for a little while. And again, I am only using about a third of what this factory is capable of. 2 pipes, so these 6 plus, I believe, these 2. You can see that's going down, right? And then these 2 are feeding off that away, going to the factory. The rest of it is being sunk, and yes, this is a fluid sink. When you combine up the 4 fluid sinks, along with the 600 compacted coal per minute that I'm getting out of this, whoops, and, you know, sinking into here, I'm honestly just going to avoid that. I am sinking over 200,000 megawatts of power currently. With all said and done, if I was to convert this compacted coal into power via coal gens, and, you know, I was actually to use this rocket fuel instead of just sinking it, I would be able to produce about 200,000 more megawatts of power. But again, it would need about 3 times as many it would need about 3 times as many of those. Plus coal gens, I think about 35 or so. So, you found a super coal button, Geeson? I hope it's not anything that you could better utilize next week. Ah, that button. Yes, that button is fine then. Weight's wasted. What a nice way to waste your points. No, seriously, it's 69,420 points wasted. Yes, I have an elevator here. These converters are working just fine. 100% uptime. So, that's good. Sliding downstairs is a time. But I want to get out of here. Did I ever show the elevator in the elevator shaft? Remember when I set that up? It's there. But yeah, all the resources for the generators are up on that rock. The remaining 222 that I need to build. It's a bit ridiculous. Oh, and I moved one of the lizard doggos over to the pen there. Slowly but surely. There's still 4 more set up over that way. What now though? Well, I guess first and foremost, let's go here. I get why the teleport is delayed the way it is, and I honestly understand completely why they did that, considering I've fallen through the world a couple of times in previous updates because of modded teleporters just insta-teleporting, and then I immediately walk off the teleporter, but the ground hasn't loaded in. Like, there's just a low-LOD visual mesh present. There's no physical mesh, so I fall under the map. Yeah, that's happened a couple of times in the past. So I get the delay. They want to make sure that the area is actually loaded before sending you through. Because, you know, that is a modded portal to be cheaper, but it's still the vanilla model, it's still vanilla teleporting physics. It's basically the same thing, just not the same thing. So yeah, I want to get this online, because as I said before, here, I'll just point it out again. A spider pushed you under the map, Geeson? That sounds like a time. By the way, just to mention, when I was switching over the power, I was so borderline with power that I did have these kick in. And I shut down all my non-essential factories that didn't have a reboot sequence needed to get them running properly. Like, the computer factory stayed online the entire time. But the project part factories, the motor factory, I think even my SAM factory, since it can easily be turned on and off, they all got shut off, and I was still flirting with the backups while I switched from fuel to rocket fuel. Yeah, I want to get this factory up and running because, if you remember, just at the end of last stream, I set up this, which is slooped heavy modular frames, so that I am making 20 a minute, except I'm actually sending 5 a minute off to make fused modular frames. I could use heavy modular frames. I don't strictly need them, but they would be nice to have. And the production line is there. And I have the power. So let's make it happen, shall we? I'm gonna put this over here, I think. Should be good. It's kind of the wrong way around, but whatever, that's fine. Put down a priority power switch backwards. Hook it up to power, and then this can be a aluminum south. Batteries have been hovering around 98%. I forgot you can click that, so I just clicked it instead of doing what I should have done. The only thing is, I didn't set up power through any of this factory, which is why these are all over the place. So we're gonna go set up power and then bring that online after the fact. And we're gonna start all the way over here. I should just do this because it's faster. Don't go on the belt though, because that's slower. You know what? Let's go all the way over here with it. Why not? Go into the corner. Because then I can just run a power line out to here, roughly, and bring all those eventually online. Avoid clipping? Yes. Cool. Yeah, don't forget the pumps. They're necessary. A slug right there. Alright, I'll grab it. Probably something up there as well. Give me a break. Oh, I didn't bring my inventory with me, did I? Oh well. Can I sneak this in here without clipping? Somewhere like literally right there? Nope. Alright. Fair enough, that should be fine then. Yep. Plug that in as well, that's the coal miner. I don't remember if any of the other miners have hookups. Doesn't look like it. You know, honestly, what I could do... just upgrade that to a Mark II real quick. Now I can come along this way. I never did finish setting up the copper, but that's fine. Do I need... place it correctly. Do I need copper for anything in the crafting chain? I don't think I do. I think I just need... Hey, Chaos. Pretty sure to make heavy modular frames, I only need iron, coal, and limestone. Make sure I'm plugged into that. And I'm pretty sure I only need that because I haven't actually set up the copper outputs yet. And I haven't set up the steamed copper sheets output yet. But I've got a complete crafting chain for heavy modular frames. By the way, this is slightly more than I need for heavy modular frames, but I mean, most of this is going towards effectively 10 heavy modular frames a minute. Most of it is refineries, let's be real. I'm overproducing. Again, there's output right there, there's a little bit of output over there. Half of the heavy modular frames are going that away eventually. There's another output right there, but that's going this way to this stuff. So, yeah. A bunch of this is actually going towards something else as well. Point is, a lot of this isn't heavy modular frames, but a lot of this is at the same time. Fair amount of work, those heavy modular frames. Sure. I don't know what word I should use. It doesn't really amaze me, but I guess it's kind of surprises me that I still have the muscle memory to upgrade the power poles. Did that again. Because, yeah, okay, I did it a lot when I was building that turbo fuel factory way back when, but that was during update 5. It's been a while since then, you know? And yet, you know, being able to quickly do that and then click and then go to power lines afterwards. So it'd literally be, you know, like, bring it over, click that, right? And then quickly hook in the generators, or in this case, refineries. I'm going to start from this end. Leave that for getting over to the other side. Muscle memory is very helpful in those cases. Bloody autosave. Got it eventually. Over here. Honestly, I'm gonna redo this one. Because it occurred to me that, like, maybe I shouldn't be so careless with placing it when I haven't finished building out these belts yet. Again, I'm hooking these up, but these aren't set to do anything at the moment. I don't think I did anything with the copper inputs, so the steam copper sheets shouldn't be getting anything. Yeah, see? No outputs hooked up from these. The inputs are hooked up on these, but they don't have water. So that water won't be doing anything for them. Because there is no water. As I already said. So, yeah, it just is gonna be not a lot happening over here, but I'm still wiring them up because I can. Those all hooked up. Probably bring this way. That right there good? Just about. It says it's in soft clearance there, but it's cleared. You can very clearly see it's not actually clipping. I bring this over here. Yeah. Plenty good. Hello. I did click. Not take my input though. those all in, and I guess just bring this over here. Hook those all up. And I'll start from this end. Here, I'll get the final connection off of that to be here. That's that exact sequence I was talking about. Placing, upgrading, and then running a cable off of it. Crazy to think that that was all the way back in 2022, was it? Or update 5? It moved at the last second and I don't care. The angle that that wire was coming in at confused me, which is, I wasn't expecting it to be directly behind, so that's why I was like, wait a minute, what did I grab there? I grabbed the right thing. Wasn't what I was expecting. Do those clip? That was G and then F. There we go. I mean, technically it doesn't clip, but only technically. There. That's plenty of room. I haven't really used Mark III power poles. I'm actually going to custom place that, because I don't want it to use Mark III power poles, and I don't feel like having the extra resources in my inventory when I deconstruct the previous one. Could just have the power hookups here. Yep. That looks good. Almost done on this side, at least. I'll just have to do the other side on the refineries, and then we can hook everything up and let it rip. Nice even amount. Constructors means that that wraps up nicely. Mark 6 belts. And some there too. Just those little bit used a fair amount of resources. I'm highly considering bailing on this factory a little bit, now that I'm finally making it. Just bail on it again for a little bit so that I can go make time crystals and fixite trigons, so that I can make the Mark 6 belts. I don't know that I need them for this factory, but I'm gonna be making that factory sooner than not, so I don't know. Do I work on it tonight? Do I not? Belt coming in at just the wrong point. Sure, why not? What was the actual increase? 34.4 max to 38 max. Wow. And that's missing these assemblers and those constructors and the manufacturers. I'll do these two at a time. Why not? That almost didn't connect to there. Yeah, whatever. I definitely upgraded that. But okay. And of course, using the double split input here, double manifold input, because, well, not only did I want to minimize the usage of Mark 6 belts, but also that's 1,800 items a minute coming in on those two lines right there. So it was never going to fit. Also, I see the water's good. I didn't hook up the the miners up top, so that's a thing. I'm gonna have to relocate that portal, I guess. Let's see. Hear me out. And beam connector wasn't rendering. I want these. One there. One there. There, now the power is going up through it. Okay, hold on. I have to go ask the rents a question because one of them just came into the room, said something, and then left. And apparently didn't realize that I was questioning them, so excuse me. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Apologies for that. Boy, is it hot in my room already? How do I want to do this? The copper miner is already up and running. naturally, because I don't need it. You wouldn't happen to... No. I'm just gonna act like that isn't there, because it won't be there for very long. I think that's all the miners? I mean, the amount of coal required is... I'm on the wrong tab. The amount of coal required is just under a Mark II's belt worth. So... unless I mess something up, this should be feeding. It's just a distance it needs to travel. Yeah. It's just a distance it needs to travel. That's that. See, the concrete is making its way over. Concrete is... Hello? Why are you frozen up? I don't know what was happening there. Limestone. Concrete, yes, it was only feeding over this way. I'm not producing a ton, so I don't expect to saturate the belt, but I would expect a little bit. Stop it. A little bit more, perhaps? Did I not upgrade things? No, I did not. That would make a difference. That would definitely make a difference. Oh boy, am I at least producing enough water? 300 water per minute? Don't have a lot of power shards left over. I am just gonna upgrade this to Mark II piping just to be sure. Pipeline junctions can transfer any amount, so that's not a problem. There, take that. Okay. Now that should be sorted. As long as the outputs are set up properly. Which they are. Yeah, that looks better. That is so much better. Copper's feeding in. The iron should be feeding in at this point. That one's definitely running. Oh, yeah. So this was my solution, because these two miners are producing different amounts. 550 per minute versus 720 per minute. This was my solution to balancing them out. You can see nothing's in here because it's all, I mean, occasionally you might see something flicker, but it gets into here and then sent out that way because I didn't have modular load balancers initially. I mean, this is fine. I'm not going to change it. And that sends iron ore that way. The manufacturers aren't hooked up, but they're barely receiving items at this point, so who cares? What I'm going to do now, though, is do the thing that I said I would do because I wasn't lying when I said I would do it. Sure, let's get these as well. Because everything's wired up now, I can just go and remove these unnecessary ones. Come on, grab it. No. No, whatever. One there. One haphazardly placed there. Is going to be a bit annoying without something out over this area, but I can deal with that. I'm not going to dismantle all towers, just the ones that aren't necessary anymore. Which is basically all of them. And technically running around would be faster. But getting an aerial view of everything is also nice. Anything else I'm missing? I don't think so. I think that's it. Also a half-decent chance I'm about to fall down a little bit. Just a little. I'll actually go faster if I'm closer to an input. Just a random portal. As you do. Alright, well. That's most of this dealt with. There's the concrete. Going over to that. You're not getting much in the way of steel pipes at the moment. Look at the items rip. Mark 6 belts are so good. And you're seeing fewer frames than I am, of course. Let me do something real quick. What a sight, though. A sight. Okay. I mean, for the moment at least, these all seem to be operating smoothly. I say that. So these should be 25, that's a little bit more. 50, 100, 150, 200, 225. That's a bit better. Yeah. I don't know entirely why they did this, but you go from Mark 5 to Mark 6, and suddenly... I mean, you get lights. Okay. And then you're just slowly but surely filling up on concrete. That's not an issue of belt speed, that's just an issue of manifold design. Same thing with the pipes. Now that I've got them ramped up, they'll be going for a little bit before they get fully saturated. Oh, did I? Yeah, no I did. It was hard to see those belts. And they're all Mark 1 because of that. I kind of want to wait to turn this on, just so things back stuff. Yeah, kiosk, I get what you're saying. They could have, but they didn't. You're struggling to get steel. They're at 98%, which tells me it's working fine. Also, it's coming in from there, so it loops around like that, as you do. Cast plates are not working that well. Yeah, something like that, Chaos. Just trying to figure out, like, is something not quite right here? Same difference. Kiosk, I did steal cast plates because that's what this thing said to do. That's literally it. It's all getting overflowed this way. Like the production planner that I'm using just said use this recipe. So I'm using this recipe. Funnily enough, though, you ask about plastic. The coated iron plates recipe, that one. Yeah, actually, I am doing that. Fun fact. Because that... I don't know why. It's, that's what it said to do. So I'm doing it, but... yeah. Also, fun fact. The 57 plates coming out of here, yeah, they're going with that ingot. Because they're going to be combined with the coated iron plates. It's all a bit silly. What do you mean 29? It should be 31 point something. Also, the bot said it's time for a break. Well, this is going to take a while to do its thing. You can see some things are being backstuffed, other things, on the other hand. Other things, not so much. But that's not surprising. Oh well. Let's go up here. You know, I wasn't planning on standing on this, but yeah, sure, let's do that. Game was saved. Video, set it to 30 for the break, because slower frame rate equals less rendering for the GPU to do, which means less heat output for a few minutes. It's already hot enough in here as it is. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer for a little bit. During that time, I am going to run some ads. The only time during the stream that I run ads. Prevents pre-rolls for the next hour. At the cost of some mid-rolls now. I know some people would rather see 30 seconds of pre-rolls than 3 minutes of ads every hour. But on the other hand, you're not having to wait at the very beginning of when you start watching the stream, assuming you're not a sub or a turbo subscriber. Which turbo? And the ads that you do see, these 3 minutes of ads or so, they're during a time when you can just go do something else and not worry about missing the gameplay. So, that's my justification for it. Anybody just showing up to the stream shouldn't see ads. And, you know, hourly, you're given a chance to do things without missing anything. And it gives you a reason to also get up and take care of something that you might need to take care of. I mean, do as you wish, obviously, but... yeah. Anyway, when I come back from the break, we'll continue either working on this factory or maybe starting that other factory for the trigons and the time crystals and such. We'll see. Anyway, BRB. Alrighty, I'm back, and once again, I just want to mention before we get back into it that starting next Monday, I am going to be running a tipathon. And what's a tipathon? Basically just a subathon. It's going to be starting this next Monday at my usual starting time, and it will go on for at least a couple of days. It's not going to be a single segment, and I'm going to be somewhat generous with the timer initially, but yeah, we'll see how long it actually ends up lasting. It'll be interesting though. Current plan is just more Satisfactory because I don't really have anything else to do beyond Pokemon at the moment. I don't have any other interests at the moment really, and no, I'm not playing Factorio. So yeah, that starts next week, and that will be the next stream. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow night, just to give myself a bit more time to prepare from that, and also give myself a break because, well, if I'm streaming near daily, even if only for a few hours, I'd rather take a break while I still can. That said, I'm taking Sundays off regardless once the tipathon starts, and FNRs will not count against the timer, though anything that occurs during FNR will count towards increasing the timer, just not decreasing it. So yeah, with that being said, let's get back into it. So things are starting to back stuff quite nicely, actually. Modular frames are coming in. That's good. This is green and white, all... You had to prove me wrong, didn't you? Well, that's honestly no surprise. Honestly, here, I'll do it a favor. Just to give it a small head start and help it actually flow in a bit better. I could do the same over here, but I'll just leave these unhooked for the moment, and everything will slowly but surely back stuff. What is your complaint? Let me guess, you're full up because you're literally not doing anything at this point, versus these guys are producing for over here. Yep. Makes sense. And then you aren't receiving the inputs that you need at the moment. Basically, I think I just let all of this do its own thing. Toss those in for the moment. The iron production is not halting because it's not set up properly. It's halting because, I mean, belts are hardly moving in spots. So yeah, I think I am going to abandon this factory again briefly and move elsewhere in order to work on time crystals, fixite trigons, and quickwire? Yeah, quickwire. Currently I'm still producing quickwire in the desert, and I'd like to change that, and I mean, this way I can produce quickwire without using quickwire, or deuterium, yeah. That stuff. I should be using this thing. There we go. How much faster it is? Do I need any of this? No. Hey, lizard doggos, some pulse noblists. Oh boy, turbo vermers, love to see those. Don't want to know how you got that. And staters, oh boy. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Can have that. I could technically make these as Mark 6 belts, and I will once I have more resources for that. Yeah, that can get presents there. So, well, here, let me take that so I actually have my inventory. Mostly? I didn't think I would be lacking anything. Thought this was full up. Alright, well now it is. Odd. Yeah, I've already picked out a location for where to build this factory, and it's not there. Kinda hard to see those signs because they're so high up. Yep, that's those. There's an undecided warp here that's not set up to do anything, but then there's this. Deuterium Plus Factory. Which spits me out over here. My plan is to use resources that are over in this general area. A SAM node that is a SAM node that is where's that cave entrance again? Is it back there? Is it over there? I don't remember. And a bit of oil from over there somewhere. I'm gonna use that to make the aforementioned items. I was crouching as I went through, apparently. I'm actually going to come back over here because I don't want to grab more of that out of the thing, since I just keep ending up with more than I need. Just me, or was there like a walking sound mid-teleport there? Oh well, I'll leave the oil for later. Let's... go over to the other side. I'm not going to be able to use the hover pack much. There's the cave. I think this is the copper node that I'm going to be using, I think. Is this all I need? How much copper do I need? 300 per minute? Yeah, that'll be fine. It's a normal node, so I can pretty easily get 300 out of it, with a little bit of overclocking, admittedly. But whatever. Ambient sound is kind of annoying, honestly. Guess I didn't just hit escape there initially. Yeah, there's some stuff back in this cave, believe it or not. Lots of nightmare fuel. That right there is what I'm here for. There are these two other nodes, of course, I could utilize, but I don't need to at the moment, so I'm not going to. This is a normal SAM node. I don't think I've actually used a normal node as of yet, or maybe I have, I don't remember. Nice trying to hide in the corner. And there's a bunch in this cave. There's one over there. There's one right there. Guess you guys are very noisy. So how much SAM do I need? So you say. So just under 240 a minute for a SAM node. I mean, a miner Mark III would do it, however... Yes, it's a SAM node. I guess I can afford it. It's still kind of pricey, honestly. Also, fun fact with Infinite Nudge, yeah, that's a thing you can do. Yes, the nodes speak too. Of course they do. Really think they wouldn't? Let's see. Don't do anything. Okay, fine. Yeah, you normally can't nudge miners. It's only with Infinite Nudge that you can actually nudge them, because it kind of removes the nudging restrictions. As should be evident by the name, but, you know. Oh, can you double mine? No, I don't believe so. I've not tried. I think it's smart enough to recognize that. I'm kind of low on power shards, so I should really gather up all the slugs that I can. Like I said, there's a lot of slugs in here. Miss any? Yes. What? I didn't think we were that close to the surface. I don't know if that's helping, but I'm trying. No. Okay. That's only mildly annoying. There we go. Well, that helps to explain that, I guess. Let's see. I didn't actually mean to place it immediately. Miner Mark 1. If I place this, and then... not what I meant to do. I meant to just sneak it over there. Yeah, it's on the node. You can't do that. Because again, there's a miner already on the node. It's like when they relocate the miners. Or relocate the nodes. Unless they delete the node outright, it's still connected. Your miners are still connected and can still actively mine from it. Also, I'm going this way. It's just not... Oh. So they did, but didn't remove the water from this cave. Because, yeah, this cave is supposed to be submerged, or at least used to be submerged. But, look through the window and witness the thread. Anything else? I mean, I do know that this goes all the way out. There's the water. It's gonna be interesting getting back through that. Hey, look! It's the middle of nowhere on the northern shore. That just... It's just... We'll see that ridiculous thing. Alright. There we go. Yeah, they deflooded this cave, this tunnel, but there's still some remnants of the water. And I'm pretty damn sure that that has been reported on the QA site. Yeah, hello to you too, students. Yeah, that section of the cave, or the other section, whichever one it was, that was flooded. Very annoying. What's up, Storm? Almost missed that one. Sounds like fun. Not that I partake in such activities myself, but to each their own, of course. Yeah, I guess we just run this out. Fair enough, Storm. Okay, how about this? Auto-clicker it. If they're being a pain in the ass and not letting me reliably click things into existence, then just auto-clicker it until it works. Yeah, I bet. Where are those cats coming from? Where's that sound? What's going on? I've never had that issue personally because, well, cat isn't allowed in my room. kind of allergic to cats. So the lower I can keep the exposure to them, the better. I don't let the cat in my room. I'm not saying you're wrong, Kiosk, just, you know, I've kind of been living out of this room and not spending much time in the rest of the house for the last few years. Early on, especially, for hopefully obvious reasons, so if I can at all make that a bit more pleasant for myself in some ways, that was my goal. And unfortunately, not letting the cat in was part of that. Still is, because how would I start now? I mean, it's not like I can't handle being near a cat. You know, I attract cat hair into my room just walking into my room. More water. More water. This one actually still flooded? I think it was just only the other one that was really badly flooded. No? Yes, but no? Okay. There. Definitely no chance of not being close enough now. Definitely went in. And then this just comes out on the northern shore. Just like before, just, you know, different spot. Well, there's a slug up there, but I'm honestly not using that much fuel. Oh, give me a break. Bonk. Yeah, I mean, obviously I've been having a lot of fun with it. And I don't have the problem of what do I play, this or Factorio, because I'm not playing Factorio. How much time do I have in this save? 157 out? Really? 157 already. Damn. Nice texture. Won't even let me click that into there because I'm in the way. That works. Or I'll keep that up there, why not? Like that's good enough. $237 hours in your save? Jesus. Yeah, I swear, Geeson, every time I look over at Discord, because I keep mine on the friends list, rather than keeping like a server open or something all the time, anytime I look over at Discord, I swear it just says Geeson playing Satisfactory. Because I can see the DM list, and you keep DMing me photos of your factory, so you're right near the top. Not that I blame you. Not that I blame you in the slightest. The pelts invade your dreams. I don't know that they're invading my dreams quite yet, but I definitely find myself thinking about Satisfactory as I'm laying in bed trying to fall asleep. That made a sound. Okay, that's the SAM node. I really don't need much in the way of anything here. I mean, that's not true, but it's pretty minimal. Oh, it's on me. There we go. Oh, my swap is at 69% utilization. Annoyingly, the RAM is at 43%. Couldn't be 42, could you? Yeah, you guys are done. I hear you. Dealing with 10 double-stack containers of nuclear waste. Oh boy. I'm thinking about how I want to do this. Okay, so that's like that. Right, okay, yeah, let's plow over this area. Of course, add that in as well. And I could harvest all this stuff, or I could just, you know, do reasonable things. Hey, Static. There we go. Just to start. I mean, I could, I guess, do this. I assume that allows me to still place... Whoops. Did not mean to right-click. Yeah. And here's the fun part. Why align your grid to the miners when you can align your miners to the grid? Of course, now I've got this problem again. Much better. I'll be needing that coal later, and this one over here. If anything, maybe I want to twist this way. I don't actually know. How off-center is that? Guess I should have a reference, yeah? Also, how much extra crap is that putting in my inventory? Not a lot. There you go. There's the alignment. Oh, you can't geese them without mods. Yeah, to be clear, that's modded functionality. You cannot move miners. Can't nudge them. You need mods to do that. It's annoying. But once you got the mod, you know. Good to see they didn't fix that. Also, give me more of this. And some more of this, please. Fill out those slots. Alright, how do I want to do this? I guess go back up there where I just was, because I went up there for this. I need 305, so realistically I do want a miner Mark III. Yeah, like, I don't care where this one's aligned. This is on its own little pedestal, basically, so that's fine. Roughly that much. Let's just get this set up, shall we? I need to get power over here so I can use my damn hover pack. Except I built all that, guess what? Do still wish you could blacklist an item from selection. Yeah, it wasn't rendering, so it tricked me there. Yeah, alright, I'm getting annoyed by this. I'm gonna put you there. I'm gonna take you and put you there. One this way, one that way. This will be sure. That can go here, I guess. Just flip it on. There are birds somewhere making a bunch of noise. There. Now I can hover. In reality, I think what I want to do is actually undo this bit of it and rebuild that with a more balanced layout. Takes up a fair amount of space, doesn't it? It is what it is. How much water do I need for that? Not a lot. Basically 60 water per minute. Not bad. Dangerous to do that while moving. So if I... Really? Whatever. Should be fine. I don't technically need this belt. Alright, get off the screen for a minute, would you? Right around there should probably be good enough. Why do you want to go over there? Again, it wants to go off some wild direction. Delete all of that. And then I can redraw these so that they just snap in. And these take a whopping... not a lot. And actually, I don't need 6, I need 5.7. So what I'm going to do is 170.2061 divided by 2 is 85.1031. I mean, I could put it as 0.5, but it's just gonna do that anyway, so what's the point? And then set this one to that, so that it's effectively balanced out. And this is all Mark 1 belting because we're dealing with less than 90 ore a minute split evenly 2 different directions. So it's only a Mark 2 going into that. And there is a belt in there. And by redrawing all the belts, it's a good practice, not strictly necessary, but by redrawing all the belts it ensures that everything is connected up properly. Let's just get that water extractor built. I guess first, let's actually add that now that I have a reference for where to put this. It's a little clipped, but who cares? Honestly, I don't even need that. That was more just for reference. So anybody else excited for straight belts in 1.1? I am. Straight belts will be wonderful. Yeah, I guess I could set it. Okay, you can send to me. Does this actually come straight out? Wow. A properly aligned node. At least in one dimension. No, it should be both. Alright. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want a smart splitter. And I of course want to not send everything by default to this right here. Conveyor belt is too steep. Of course it is. Technically fits. You can see it, barely. There. That works. Gets it down. And then the rest of it can go over here because well, let me put it this way. I'm gonna want 2 converters. I'd like to see those inputs. Push them fairly far up. Still does that unless you leave. Okay, fair enough. Why are these so expensive? And buy cooling systems, 100 for 5 tickets, for 5 coupons, but then RCUs are 7 for 50. It's a little pricey, but whatever.
Parts purchase confirmed. Promotion delayed by X times part value plus fix-it stock value.
Yeah, you say that every time. Anything else? First and foremost, you're actually supposed to be there. Maybe a bit more space than I actually need. What I want to do with this is I want to make 2 constructors. You don't need to be anything special. You probably don't need to be either. Nor do you. Does it matter? No. These will be for reanimated Sam. Except I need... Oop, divided by 0. Yeah. Shame that that doesn't do anything fancy. Maybe it does if you do it enough times, but... Cool. Autosave. Disable that. Can I get that high enough? Yes. Yes, I can. Only mildly ridiculous. Let's do it. So that will slowly but surely make its... I mean, not that slowly. It's Mark III built. So that will make its way out here. And then... Ah, I see. I see. Yeah, that's fine. Am I sending the same amount of copper to both of these? No. This should only need to be a regular splitter, yes. Leave it ample space. You can send... Actually, it's gonna be far simpler if I just do... I do it this way. I've left myself room over there, but not really anywhere else. So... I guess? Since they allow that to happen now. I could even nudge that in a little bit and make it look a little bit less bad. 40 per minute that way. Gonna overflow here, and then that's gonna split equally between these two. And then the other one is a, actually gonna be a smart splitter. Also, the SAM has arrived. That's the right height. Really? But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set a limiter on this one. And then I'm trying to do this really quickly before taking my break. That goes there. And of course you'll need to be hooked into power. Give me a break. That's too steep. Fine. Autosave. There we go. Run that off that way, and then I want this to be limited to 220 per minute. So again, default split is to the left, overflow will be to the right, and can I reach that? Yeah, I can. That works. And then I'll figure out which one of these is doing what when I come back from break, because I'm going to take a break now. Every time I miss the 6. Ugh. Hit the 5 instead. Alright. Like I said, time for another break. Like the bot said, time for another break. I'm gonna take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, get away from the computer, thus take a break. When I come back, we'll continue with some more Satisfactory, but in the meantime, while I'm away, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream that I run ads, besides the very beginning and end. By running them now, it disables pre-rolls for next hour, ensures that the gameplay is completely ad-free because I am running these ads. I'm only allowing ads to run during this period of time where nothing is happening on the stream of importance, and so you don't have to worry about missing anything if you don't have a subscription or such. You can just put the stream in the background for a little bit, mute it, don't have to listen to the ads or watch them, or, just go do something. Take care of yourself, Grab a drink, snack, go to the bathroom, whatever. If you're going to run ads, I think this is basically the most reasonable way to do it. Which is why I do it, because I think disabling pre-rolls is important. Squeaky chair. Anyway, like I said, when I come back, we'll continue with more Satisfactory. BRB. Alrighty, I am back, and once again, before we get back into it, I do just want to mention, as it says in the title of the stream, I will be starting a tipathon at the beginning of next week. That will actually be the next stream that I do, because I'm going to take the weekend off to prepare. What's a tipathon? Like the bot says, not that you can read it that well on stream, because of the... whatever. It's basically just a subathon, but focused more on tips than subs because... or bits. Because, one, not gated by Twitch's monthly payout with a minimum payout threshold, and two, you're sending me like 90+%, well, yeah. We'll just stick with 90+% of your money instead of like 50%, you know? So, if you choose to take part in the tipathon, which of course you don't have to, but if you choose to, then tips will definitely be preferred. But that's next week. Next stream on Monday at the usual time. So save your resub notices until then. Don't cheer, don't tip, don't do anything like that until Monday at the earliest. Because if you resub and the notice goes through and the bot picks up on it, that's that. I'm not adding it to the timer after the fact. Tipathon has to be active. Well, it has to have started. Or at least that stream has to have I don't know. I forget how exactly the system is implemented in ARPABot. I've got to dig that code out, because it's been over a year since I last touched it. So, yeah, we'll get back to that next week. For now, though, back to Satisfactory. And what a surprise, everything has distributed as you'd expect, although this isn't quite where it should be. I need to move my keyboard a little bit closer. All should go that way, overflow should go that way. Mark 2, Mark 2. Good. I mean, honestly, let me just do it like that. Let me do it like that, because with it set up like this, defaulting to this way, I mean, I can do it either way. It doesn't actually matter, because one of them needs to get 120 and the other one needs to get 100. So the Mark II belt is just a natural limiter. Let's make you bauxite. And you can be Caterium. Now these are very costly in terms of power. But that's alright. And the rest of these SAM will go elsewhere. So you are Caterium. Can I just finish up Caterium now? Not easily. Maybe it actually would have been better for me to do it the other way around. Oh well. We'll leave it like that and head off that way. Where's the node? Right there. Okay, good. That still picks up. Now, are you aligned to the world grid? Yes. Look at that. 2 of the 3 nodes have been aligned. This is the only one that needed shifting. Again, only possible through a mod. Before anybody gets excited about that. Not a vanilla feature. And of course, we have to destroy the local shrubbery. Because who wants the... I'll leave that one. I figured it wouldn't be caught. I could harvest it for fuel, but who needs to do that? Okay, I didn't hook that in as why it's acting the way it is. I was very confused, like, wait, why are we not pumping? Because it's not set up to pump, obviously. Look at how slowly that's extracting. Versus, I could do this. And much faster! Okay, so that's bauxite. Maybe what I do is I pick up one of these, except I want this one. I can put it fairly close here, that's fine. It's not going to take up the entire width. Is that aligned? Yeah? Love when that happens. This is making bauxite and this is making caterium. I mean, I guess that's fine. Yeah, that's just that. Ah, I see. You're back there. 80 per minute. Neat. How do I want to do this? How about I just do... like that. Right, that's the percentage that you want? Yes. Just redraw that to save on components. You are slowly but surely crafting. Yeah, I kinda regret putting caterium over here, but that's fine. That's fine. How much are you producing? 80? 80. Hook that into there. Then you'll be 20, 15, 15. Is that? No, that's not right. Because it needs to be Ethereum. Much better. The overclock on this one should have maintained, and it did. So 24, 48, 80. That splits not evenly necessarily, but I don't need to upgrade anything. I still don't like the look of these, but it's whatever. Actually, you know, rather than just do that, it was right there, right? Yeah. Rather than I do that, how about I just do this? It's not as though I don't have the headroom on that pump. Like, okay, I might technically need a bit more. But, you know, it's enough water, and yes, you can do math in these fields. Just be wary, you run out of room quite quick doing that, but like I just showed there, you can fit an equation in there if it's simple enough. I don't think I want the outputs heading that way necessarily. And also this pipe is now in the way of these, but that's fine. I know I always do this to myself. Actually, what I could do redraw the belts, it's good practice. This is going to be for steamed copper sheets. That many. Kinda works. So if I was to put one of these right there roughly, I would be able to get away with that. Any is that way, overflow is that way, and then that can realign to the rest of it. This is going to be... Yeah, you can actually do this. But that's not very precise, is it? You want to be 13.827. No. Definitely that. Although I want it turned that way. A little too far away, I guess. Does that reduce the clipping? Yes. It's a little jank, I'm not gonna lie. But, if it works, you know? If it works, then who cares? Hey, you. Thank you. Didn't go very far, did it? Is the rest of the copper ore really just going to that? Yeah. And that's 200 more, to be precise. Yeah, well, I try to avoid shooting the burbs because there's no need for it. Do I want to... Couple one does that. Okay, so that would be a mark one. That makes sense. That's what it should be. So the rest of the copper goes and does stuff, and Caterium, or the aluminum bauxite does stuff, and this isn't enough room, right? Really not. It's about enough room for 4. Which I need 5.3. If I overclock stuff, it would work. Do I want to overclock stuff, though? I mean, that does fit. Don't need a merger there. Likewise, don't need a merger or splitters there. A little jank, but I mean, you know. Okay, so I need... that. Except it's not that, it's going to be fused quick wire. Yep, that makes sense. The reason why I'm doing it like that is because I want that to be a thing. What are you outputting? 80? There's the aluminum. Well, bauxite still at this point. And so this should be 200. So these are feeding in 50 each. There we go. That's a bit better. Then the Caterium is a whopping 10 each. There's that. Again, leaving room for the bauxite to make its way out. Helps to have power, doesn't it? That can hook into there at some point in the future. Like that one can hook into there. So, spoiler alert, that's going to be running at 600 per minute. That there and then do this, it actually raises it up out of the way so that I can have a belt going out there, which is nice. It's not really clipping the belt, it's fine. It's just the outer shell, the outer casing. And then I guess for quick wire, and just do this. Oh, straight mode. There we go. That will be that once that's all hooked up. Guess I could do that. Let's see, that's the quick wire already dealt with. So that's that part of it done. Bauxite needs to be put through 2 refineries, naturally. Steamed copper sheets. Go with that. I want to leave more room, probably. Right there. Something like this. So this will be sloppy alumina, and this will be electrode alumina scrap. Don't want to go beyond that. So that means more foundations! Yay! Really can't imagine playing without mods. Just makes it so much easier. Much better. I will do one of these for here. Basically give myself as much room as possible here. Darn burb. Good enough. So the water from this, well, first and foremost, this is running at 40%. Which means that producing 96, I want it to intake 96, so it's... Well, I'm not even gonna try and figure it out because I can just do this. 96. Yeah, that's... I'm not splitting off that water again. No. I'm not splitting that much off. That's dumb. We'll just leave an unpowered pump there that should act as a diode of sorts, so that it doesn't send water back this way. Yeah, I could. But you really want me to send 29.3 repeating water a minute back to the sloppy alumina, and then send 26.6 repeating water off towards diluted fuel? Really? You want me to do that? How about no? I am not doing that. We'll merge in a bit more, and by the way, look, completely empty. Filling. Completely empty. Filling. There's a hint of water there. But again, like, there is significant water on that side of the pump, but then there's nothing here, basically. So, it's a diode. The alumina scrap goes off to 3 smelters. Fun. What about you? You don't do anything in regards to solids, in which case, how about I do this? Yeah, I wish there was too, Geeson. I mean, I have a way. Because mods. But I try to avoid using it. Like, literally, the only place in the world that I'm using that right now is at my power factory that's over that way, that you can't see at the moment. But, you know, this one that's right here. And that's only because I'm not utilizing 2/3 of my rocket fuel. So I'm literally sinking rocket fuel. Not that I really want to, it just works out better that way. Because, you know, things don't back stuff and cause issues. So this is all working. I mean, it is a manifold feed, so no surprise that the Caterium is perhaps taking its time. It's not like it's not running. Yeah. Eventually it'll back stuff and sort itself out because I haven't added an overflow here. Probably should. Do I need to? What happens if I don't do that? I don't think anything else comes up. That said, I'm still gonna do it. Yeah, I'm sinking a bunch right now, so what? See? I'm not sinking anymore. Just a very brief thing while I did that. That is so ridiculous. But I mean, hey, it works. Copper sheets. I should probably get the bauxite over here, yeah? Yeah, now having done that, not there. Here, I'll give you multiple options to snap attach. No? Boy, it's being really picky right now, isn't it? Not exactly sure which one is necessary there, but if I do, or two like that. No, it just does not want to snap down. That's annoying. And again, I guess because it's doing that, it's fine for the moment. Or I could literally just keep it up there the entire time. I question whether or not it can run this far, but I'm gonna try it. Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna do this way. Can you make it? You can. With more to spare. There we go. Here, I can just do it this way. Now it's one belt. Of course, I don't have anything to do with the alumina scrap at the moment. Working on it, though. Guess I could put it right there. Alright, 160? Yeah. Okay, so that is... U. $88.8889. Yeah, so they're only intaking 50 some per minute, so an even split into Mark 1 belts is fine. This, of course, won't process until I have petroleum coke, but it's set up to process. And again, that belt, or that pipe is empty while this is... Well, it's not full, but it's filling up. Also, this has plenty of head lift to get up that small incline, so that's fine. And aluminium ingots. We gotta figure out what to do with you. I can't really do anything with that until I get iron and oil processing, which isn't gonna happen tonight. What's the amount you're going at? 40? Cool. don't want as many as I have. Take some. Damn. I'm hardly using what I'm producing, mind you, why that's happening. It's coal ore, so it's not like it's that tall. Do it that way? Yes? Why limit to water? Limit what water, he asked. What exactly are you referring to? Oh, well, it came about because I was mentioning how, like, I'm doing Illumina solution stuff, right? So this requires water and this produces water and it's a feedback loop, right? Except the way that this production thing wants me to do it is it wanted me to take the water that was produced from this and split it off unevenly. Like some of the water goes back to there, goes back to here, and the rest of it goes off to something else. And yeah, no, I agree, which is why I have a fluid awesome sink. But like I said before, I try not to use it too much. I don't need to use it, so. Fair, kiosk. These are only producing that much, so. Thank you, mouse. Appreciate it. Look at that. One single belt segment. You couldn't even do that with mods previously, I'm pretty sure. It would just clip like there's no tomorrow. So the fact that you can do that now is awesome. This will be Fixite running at, what a surprise, 20 per minute. Which then go into 2 constructors. Sure, why not? Yeah. Let's do it this way. Thanks, game. Yeah, just 2 constructors. Yep, that's fine. And you're literally only producing that. And so then this does a smart splitter, and then that can go to there. Why in the hell are you... Oh, I know why. Technically, that's connected. Like, technically, I can do this. I don't know if the top will connect. It totally did. Yeah, it's... Yeah, see, it's snapping back there. That's connected. But I'm not doing that. Oh, come on. Why'd you do that? You were set up fine before. Yeah, you can power on and start accepting things, but that's it. You're not getting anywhere else with that. Everything hooked up then. Does the converter even have a light? Yes, it's right there. That side. Yeah, everything's processing. So in theory, I would be producing trigons now, but petroleum coke. Which means we need to get oil over here. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking in the direction in which it's gonna ping first. The general direction, not the exact direction necessarily. See? Put that away. One of these nodes that are impure. I don't need much, just... Do I have it on there? No, not visible. But yeah, oil and also iron, which, hey, you know what's convenient? There's an iron node literally right there, you see it? Here, I can ping right there. So, yeah, that's why I chose this spot. Sam isn't the most convenient thing, nor is the oil, but plenty of coal, plenty of iron and copper. Everything I need is right here. Because, I mean, okay, the Sam is down in the cave, but, you know, about literally the most annoying thing is the oil. And that's just going to be a long-ass pipe to get it over this way. But not bad. Not bad. Deal with the coal some other time. Ethereum running fine? It looks like it is. Even this one's at 100%. Oh, it's all running. This is still struggling, but... Well, here. Let me screw myself over. Not really, it doesn't matter if it backstuffs, but... I'll forget that I've done that. And, yeah. I love that that actually works. It's so stupid. It's so stupid, but it works. Just a quick hop over a pipe because I didn't want to jump the pipe up. Yeah, that is this. The start of things. We're decent ways along. I mean, there's still a fair amount of this crafting chain that needs to go. Because again, I'm not doing anything with iron at the moment. Not that I need a lot of iron. But I need to make containers, or canisters rather. And I need to make turbo fuel because this decided that, hey, turbo diamonds, they're cool. Whatever works, I guess. These are normal coal nodes, which is why I need 2 of them, but it works. Yeah, exactly, kiosk. Fluids do care about elevation. And the fact that this is like this isn't the best either, but it's fine. Also, again, empty pipe, full pipe. Pumps act like diodes when unpowered. Also, it removes head lift, so just keep that in mind. Though I think the head lift from the pump should apply, from the extractor should apply post intersection here, so it's flat anyway, but it would be fine. Yeah, bot said it's time to end though, and yeah, it is time to end. Where's my portal? All the way over there? Yeah, whatever. Not that one. Teleporters are so nice. It's such a shame that they're locked to stupidly late in the game. Guys, don't crowd around, please. Such nuisances when you do that. Put the SAM over there. And then dump that. Anything else? No, I think that's fine. Boy, things really got scrambled around in here, didn't they? Yeah, that's fine. It'd actually be faster for me to just throw the, whatchamacallits in over here, the overclockers. Oh, this is off again? Okay. Just let that do its thing. Honestly, I might just leave it on. You can barely see. Like 39.7 to 40. Also, how stable is that power? 131,000 roughly still. 31.6, 31.7. Okay, 5 to 7. That's what I would expect because, again, I've got geothermal gens. So it's always going to waver, but as long as it's more or less staying in the same region of production, we're good. And even with everything that's been added on, note, we're still within the power boost. So that's cool. Alright, let's sort this mess out. Because I like having a full inventory. It just ensures that I have enough resources on me to do things in bulk. Because sometimes, namely with concrete, that doesn't always happen. No rubber, barely any plastic used. Not that surprising, honestly. Whoops. Missed on that. And I think that should be it. Well to me. I hit escape multiple times there and it only registered, or it dropped one of the inputs. "20 streams, eh? Realistically, it probably should have been 21 by this point, but whatever happened Monday, you know? Just under 160 hours. Yawn. So yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. So much work to do still. And I haven't even started planning out project parts. That's gonna be a big to-do. But gotta automate some other components first. Whatever's required for the quantum encoder, I'm gonna have to automate as well, because I'll no doubt need to be placing them. I basically want to be able to produce all components needed to build all belts, all pipes, all machines, things like that. You know, the things that I'm going to be building repeatedly, I want to be able to pull from the dimensional depot. Which is why I'm setting up a factory for trigons and time crystals, right? I'm not just going straight to the project parts. I need to be able to build these machines reliably, and that's why that giant factory on the west coast that I keep referring to as like my aluminum stuffs factory. That's why that exists, because that's taking care of all the phase 4 stuff. And actually some phase 3 things as well, but I was going to get around to it eventually. Clearly. Anyway, for the next stream, what are you doing? Really? That stream is marked as cancelled. Please. Anyway, next stream will be on Monday. Again, that's going to be the start of the tipathon, which is just basically a subathon. But yeah, that's going to be the start of the tipathon. So prepare your resub notices, and if you're feeling so generous, your bits and ideally tips. That's why it's a tipathon, because, well, again, better return for me on tips than through Twitch. Sorry, Twitch, but I mean, you guys make enough money off of others anyway. You don't need money from my channel, right? Anyway. Again, plan for tipathon for the tipathon initially, at least. I don't know how long it'll last, obviously. That's up to you guys to decide. But initial plan is more satisfactory. If it lasts long enough, yeah, I'll probably do other stuff. But that relies on it lasting longer. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know, Static. Don't ask me. Anyway, yeah, speaking of losing money, I'm gonna do my part, I guess, for them and run ads on the way out, because it sure as hell doesn't make me much of anything. Then again, I don't know if they make much either, since nobody's seeing the ads, but details. Yeah. Like I said, it's the end of the stream, so I'm gonna run some ads on the way out. Stick around for them, or don't. Do as you wish. Nobody likes ads, so if you don't want to stick around, that's fine. Don't watch them. Close the tab. It's the only tab open, then yeah, I guess close the browser as well, but yeah, do as you wish. Always appreciate it if you stick around, especially if you're a sub, since you shouldn't see ads, but you know, do as you wish. It doesn't matter. Um, Next stream is Monday, the start of the tipathon. And yeah, otherwise that's it. So is there literally anything else I need to say? I don't think there is. Well, that being said, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Later.